Welcome Virgo, greetings. Hey guys, thanks for joining me. This is your October reading for 2019. Your reading started with the heart chakra sound bath meditation, and inside the bowl I was called to place a beautiful ruby for you guys. So the ruby essence is in for your reading for October. Now some of the meanings of ruby it is assigned to the base chakra and also the heart chakra. It motivates chi, which is balance and flow. It improves the ability to think clearly and speak confidently. It overcomes shyness and it gets you to moving towards success. It's also very good for love and passion. And it reminds us that no one is perfect and to allow your imperfections to be part of your success in life, to integrate yourself into the whole. Now, some of the other messages you received, you guys got quite a lot for this reading. You had the little saying, let go. It's kind of like the need, let go of the need to control. The answers will arrive if you do this, and you are going to find some sort of insight or clarity. I also think that you will receive a new way forward, or you'll get more action. It's as if you've been trying to hold on to something or control an outcome, possibly an outcome for you, for a direction you're going in, or an outcome that involves someone else as well. The other things that came were, are you building a nest of some sort? And I wondered, is this a nest egg, as in like a financial nest egg, or was it a nesting feeling for some people who might be wanting to nest, as in thinking of having a family or a pregnancy? And the other one was nesting in terms of a new home. So a lot of messages that arrived for you guys even before we start your video, and I'm sure there's a lot there that you can think about or ponder upon. Certainly call on the ruby stone and the red ray for the month of October as well. The red ray of light is often associated with the archangel Uriel. Uriel can be very good when attending meetings, especially when you are dealing with negotiations of any times. He's very good for going into meetings where careers are associated. So if you're called to a meeting with a boss, or if you're on a panel of people organising something, if you have to attend an interview, he's very good to take along for that, as well as any questions or question and learning sessions you might be attending. The other thing with Uriel, he can often pass messages across our minds and vision through electrical fields. So some of you may notice some anomalies with electrical things during the month of October, and this could be Uriel's presence around you. He also comes in through visions and insights, dreams and sudden perceptions, you know, like that aha moment, or a feeling of even deja vu or synchronistic events as well. So those can be some really good things, cool things for you guys to look out for in the month of October as we move forward. So this is for, I'll just check I've got it up the right way. I have. This is for Virgo for October. And we see a few cards, quite a lot of cards have all spun out there. Now they've spun out upside down predominantly. I'm not actually sure if that was my fault or the deck, but we'll take them as being upside down and we will work from there. The edges of the colour of these cards, the chakra point that they are dealing with. So we've got the third eye up here, we've got two through the blue area, which is communication or the throat chakra, one through the solar plexus chakra, and one through the base chakra, which is what the ruby manifests as well. So if we see here, let me have an actual look at what's going on. 2 5s coming in, a 3 of coins, a 3 of pentacles, and an 8 of cups, and the death card reversed. When we look at those and see that there's quite a few of them upside down, and the first card that came out, which was the death, which is the major arcana here, and it's reversed. One of the main type of meanings with the death reversed is resistance to change. It also talks about personal transformation and inner purging. So one of the first messages I gave you was let go of the need to control. And of course, letting go of the need to control is a resistance to change. So given that these cards are in here reversed, there's something around you either halting a process or not being ready to make a jump of some sort, or feeling as though you want to hold on to something possibly from the past. It might be a situation around you or a relationship or just a piece of yourself that you aren't ready yet to evolve into the new you and change. These two, when they're upright, are probably a little bit more discombobulating or disconcerting than when they're reversed, because the Five of Coins upright shows a temporary lack, if you like, of finances, or feeling poverty, or a lack in mindset, or feeling a bit isolated, being cut off. And the Five of Swords in its upright position is arguments with people and the feeling of walking away from someone. Now there's walking away in this one as well. The Eight of Cups is often turning our back on a situation that has been around for some time. And of course the Death upright is the new birth of something, is the birth of liberation and freedom and moving into the new persona. So we know that that is more or less telling us about the need to let go and to not worry and to have faith and step into some new situation or direction. This one over here, given it's upright, it is still talking about moving away from something and letting go of perhaps something from the past, like personal pain or imbalance around relationships or people that may still have a hold on you at one level, whether it's emotional or physical or financial. It could even be a spiritual hold on you that has created a sense of, or has created a void and a feeling of lack or a feeling of something missing. So it feels like you guys, Virgo, for you, this month could be a real catalyst for evolution, for the process of overhauling something, being prepared to take a leap of faith and jump into the future. I'm getting the feeling that September and October have been great forerunners for leading us into the path of 2020. And 2020 is a brand new decade in the 21st century. So as we merge into 2020 with that vibrational energy coming in with the new twos, we are leading ourselves into a 10-year period almost. So what you do now and how you set yourself up can be really, really powerful. So with a reading like this where cards jumped out and turfed themselves up the other way, they're trying to get your attention to make you listen to something more succinctly. However, these ones reversed are quite good in terms of they are talking about a possible recovery or a distancing from the original meaning of feeling poverty or lack or feeling cut off or left out. So there could be movement about coming back into the fold one way or another, or about moving through a situation that has held you back, and it might not be yourself, it might be a situation that involves others, because there's a lot of other people in all of the cards that are being referred to here. So it sort of feels as though your relationships with others have somehow got to a point, perhaps where they've been for a few years, they have been creating a block or a feeling of lack or a feeling of like something just wasn't flowing, especially the way you wanted it to, which could be the message about letting go of the need to control, because we can't control others and how they choose to live or think or feel. We can control how we feel about it, and we can control about what way we want to move forward. This is very much about controlling situations and people and what you want to say to people. But when it's reversed upside down, it's almost as if that's turning on its head and it's saying, stuff it, I will let go of you all. I'll let go of any need to tell you what I think or tell you what I feel, and you can do what you like. But in doing that, you allow those people to make a decision that could mean that they choose to change the way they see you or change the way they see a situation around you. So it's, to me, even though they're reversed, there's a little bit more balance in it, but it's definitely asking you to just relax and just, or I like to say chillax, let something evolve naturally around you. And I think it really does work. It lends itself to being involved with other people. Think back to the essence of the ruby and know that it creates, motivates the chi, and it brings balance and flow, and it improves the ability to think clearly and speak confidently. And there's a lot of information in these cards advising you to speak clearly and confidently. And also about moving forward as opposed to being stuck in a timeline or a glitch or a place that you want to move from, and you want to create success and create manifestation as you move into the next phase. The Three of Pentacles reversed, because it's sort of talking about a career here sometimes when we're with the Pentacles. This one is the least career oriented in terms of Pentacles, and in its upright position, as I say, it can be referring to a lack of finances or feeling financially grinchy, or as if things aren't flowing properly. But given that it's upside down, it's not as obvious as that. There's something in the background that may slow the flow down a little bit, but it's not as imminent as being upright. But the Three of Pentacles can mean working alone instead of working cohesively in a group. So if there've been a group of people that you've been working with in a career sector, this might have been about to happen, a disagreement or a falling away in a project, or like a non-cohesiveness of agreements. And there's that need to let go again. Just let it go, because sometimes you can't win when there's groups of people. You have to compromise an outcome, or compromise your ideas, or compromise a situation. And I think that's very much what this card is saying here. Because if we don't have compromise in life, and if we're too fixated on a specific outcome, then we can often end up with these cards turned around the right way. And that's when we can get into sort of a bit of a feeling of argument, or people walking away, or not being able to meet our successes, or not see our successes coming to us, and therefore feeling a little bit of loss, and also feeling a bit frustrated with the way people are either not understanding the logic of your plan. Because we know, Virgos, you generally are very logical when you're putting ideas together, and when you have a pattern or a direction that you want to take, but not everyone's as logical as you. And you just have to accept that sometimes people want to do things in a free-spirited way. So anyhow, enough of that lot of cards. Let's put them aside, and we'll do one more from here for Virgo for October and moving into 2020, because I do feel this is a significant time frame. Now, did I pick them up the right way? I did. So, wow, people are definitely playing a role, because now we have the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Cups. So the Queen of Swords can be an air sign person, and I sometimes think of her as a Libran, but we know there's also the Aquarians and the Geminis as well. And the Knight of Cups, with the emotions running there, he can often be an instigator of some sort of passion or romance. And we talked about the romance with the ruby stone as well, and passion coming into your life. So some of you might be ready to uplift new passion, or to take a relationship to a new heightened awareness or a new step. And for some of you, you might be on the way to a new relationship, or allowing love to come into your life. Some of you may not have had either the desire for love for some time, or even the preparedness for the open heart to want a love relationship or to allow it in. This might be the beginning of some sort of opening there. But if you can see the color palette, we're kind of in this purpley blue realm that's up in the head area. So the mind, the third eye, and the throat chakra. These may be parts of your body that need some sort of attention or flow created with them, or awareness, or something along those lines. I can't even shuffle for you guys today. Cards are just coming out left, right, and center. So the Four of Cups, a little bit more in the emotional spectrum. This is about an offer coming. The Fool, which is a lovely major arcana, the first of the tarot deck, about new beginnings. And the Fool definitely lets go of any need to control. The Fool goes out on life's journey with no grounding, even though in this card she's pictured with as if she is a tree with the tree roots around her. Technically, I never think of the Fool like that. I think of her as being very ungrounded and prepared to go out on the magical journey of life without knowing what the boundaries are or the destination. So this is an interesting deck in as much that it's very much around the base chakra area of the body. So again, that's manifestation. It's thinking about finances, careers, jobs, families and homes as well. Here we have the Judgment card. You've received quite a few of the big major arcanas when you think of Death, the Fool, Judgment, the Seven of Coins. I'm not sure if that was upside down or not. I think I turned the cards around. I'm going to turn it up the right way. These two here being the same color palette, you know, this is through the third eye again. This is the crown chakra actually. So we've got a lot going on in your head or in your mind area for the whole reading. So there's something up there being activated or needing attention. Is it about freeing up your emotions, or is it about freeing up any worry that you have had previously as well? Because there's something on your mind. I still think it has to do with other people, and they could very well be these people up here, because the Knight of Cups can be a water sign person, slightly younger oftentimes, but remember these can be their moon or rising signs that show up here as well. That whether or not they've played on your mind, or there's something that occupies time around them with energy, and you are contemplating or strategizing things or implementing things that involve them. Given that the Judgment card is your major arcana, it could be very much about feeling as though there needed to be a change of direction, and possibly with these people in your life. So for some of you this could be a major change. It could also be that they are coming into your life as a major change. They could be tentatively new relationships in terms of friendships or romantic partners, but for some of you this could also be tied in to career, or you know, like a more official type of partnership or relationship that's going on. The Seven of Coins tells us that's a card about waiting and putting in some due diligence and being prepared for things to take a little bit of time. It's the process of evolution. And again, this can be around finances or career. So some of you may have had epiphanies about leaving the job you're in, or taking on a new career option or choice, or changing direction about a way you have earned money or saved it or spent it. Some of you may have suddenly come to the end of a career that you've been doing for some time, and you are making new inroads in new directions. But the Seven of Coins is a positive card in terms of finances. It's a sort of a reward card, and it sometimes talks to us about the fact that over a period of time we may have found not necessarily success, but some sort of harvest because of our ability to use logic, and the fact that we have had patience over a period of time to harvest away a little bit of money in a nest egg. And there comes the other part of the message, the nest egg. Some of you might be reaping the rewards of your savings, or putting it into action, or even starting this nest egg saving. The Judgment is about new directions, hearing something from the head. Remember I said to you, you might hear things through the red ray. There's a lot of things going on in here about hearing things in the month of October, especially with these earlier cards over here as well in this communication sector. There's a lot of talking. It's either mind talk, or it's talk with yourself, or it's communication with others. I feel you making inroads into something, especially when we see this, the Fool as well, and the Judgment. New directions, understanding more about you, what you need, where you want to go, letting go of pre-held ideas or conceptions, or issues around yourself and other people as well. You know, when you take this one over here, the death as well, there were 3 that you received in this third eye chakra, which is about connecting with your higher self and the awareness and the knowledge that you have about your life's journey and understanding that too. So there's a lot of really the purpley blue, sorry, there's a lot of the purpley pinky mauvey colours coming through, like the ruby red ray, and there was also a lot of blue in terms of colour for you in this month, quite a subdued colour palette. And then we had the 2 reds down here, which is manifestation, money, creativity, passion as well. We've got 1 here, the 4 of cups in the heart chakra area, and this is about possible offers coming to you, but you feeling a little bit ambivalent about it as well. The 3 of coins with the upturned yellow could be meaning for you again to reconnect with your intuitive awareness and to just feel some more power and strength in your decision making, and feel to not be afraid to let go of the control. That's been quite an intensive reading in terms of those cards, but what I think we will do is use a couple from this deck as well, and this is for Virgo, to just finish off the reading and see what comes from the fairy deck for Virgo. This is for Virgo for October. What messages are important for them to hear and to understand? Patience, please. Your wishes granted, and vegetarian. So a few messages here for you to ponder and think about. So in terms of these 3, of course, there's a very nice one here, your wishes granted. What you've asked for is coming true. So something that you've had your heart set on, or yeah, and I'm not sure if it's the same thing we were talking about earlier in terms of letting go of the need to control, but something that you are either heading in a direction of, or you've been looking into or researching, or just wanting to have eventuate or even start the journey, looks as though it is on its way. But at the same time, you've got this card next to it, patience, please. What you're asking for is coming about. Have patience, as there are unseen factors that need to occur first. So perhaps this unseen factor is a little bit of this need to let go of the desire to formulate an outcome, or to have it in a certain timeline, or to have it happen at a certain point in time. These things that you're wanting or dreaming of or aspiring to or formulating, they may well be occurring, and just not as quickly as you want, or quite in the way that you're imagining they are happening. But it seems to me you've got really positive feedback towards the end of your reading here about the fact that they are coming and they're on their way. So please, guys, have a little bit of patience, and yeah, just allow free flow, I think would be a really good message for the month of October. And the vegetarian message, a new way of eating gives you more energy, greater health, clarity, and stronger manifestation abilities. And of course, we talked about manifestation right from the get-go with the ruby gemstone that came in. So there's great possibilities here for you guys in October, and even, as I say, the upturned cards, which this was one of them, up that way, is a far better indicator of providence and, you know, good potential providence than if it was up the right way. So with that in mind, I know we said we would just do the one last deck there, but we might just have a look at some of these. Just see what one message is here for you guys for October, and leading you into your contemplative journey and direction for 2020. These are the Angels of Atlantis. Uriel is in these cards, so I'm not sure who will turn up for you, but this is for Virgo. Just one final message to close the reading off and to incubate the energy and the vibration, I guess, of the angelic realm, or the light frequencies of the angels. Oh, the two in the end. So Sandalphon, planetary cycles, and planetary cycles are really strong at the moment. As you know, just the months we've been in lately, even the years we have been in lately, the way they have been aligning. The big outer planets such as Saturn and Jupiter, I guess these are Pluto up here and perhaps one of the asteroids, but as they roll into certain realms, they are creating a lot of new cycles for us, and we are moving into new cycles. So I think that is a message for you about new cycles coming into your life and being prepared for change and evolution and growth. Oh, how beautiful. And that was the other card that flipped out onto the table. You know, when you get such glorious synchronistic energy coming through your reading, you know that the messages are quite important, that they're worth listening to, they're worth working your way through, tuning into and really getting on board with it. That is Uriel, that is the ruby red ray of which we talked about in the beginning. We asked for Uriel's energy for the month, that was who was being designated for you, and Uriel came in, and especially in the term here of friendship. Friendships can be platonic, but they can also be the base of beautiful harmonic love and deep friendships that last a lifetime. So there is, for the end of your reading, the beautiful ruby ray matching the ruby stone with the energy of love, companionship, balance, harmony, and friendship. What a beautiful way for you guys to finish your reading. I thank you all for joining me. I trust you have really enjoyed this uplifting reading for you guys. Thank you for subbing the channel. Hit the notification button, that way you'll always receive the notifications when I'm uploading, because my uploading is a bit sporadic. Also check out your moon and rising signs, because each reading this month is very unique and individual. And other than that, have a fantabulous month ahead for October and successful planning for the upcoming new year. Much love everyone. Namaste.